Alright, so I'm going to have a little bit of fun with this video. I'm going to call this the puppy maintenance video because it's just like bringing your car in for oil changes. So does your dog need some occasional checkups as well. Now obviously you're not going to raise them up on the... anyways. You obviously want, what I mean to say is you just have to every now and then check over your dog and make sure everything is in the right place still. So check the skin, hold the hair back a little bit, see if the skin is okay. You want to just go over the entire dog from nose to tail, that everything in between seems to be in the right place and in the right condition. So, lift up the ears, look in there. Maybe you have to clean it a little bit. So you can use a little damp cloth or a paper towel or a Kleenex to just clean out some of the gunk. Be careful when you do use little Q-tips because you don't want to go too far down. Just like people, you can't go, they actually tell you don't go down your ear canal, but people still do. So be careful because the ear of a dog is a little bit of a cave, so there's lots of little corners. So yes, a lot of gunk can be collected in there. So you gently have to clean that. You can use a little bit of warm water, but not wet in the ear, just the cloth or wipe or something to clean out the ears. What I've found actually, if you have a dog that has potential ear issues, like a Cocker Spaniel for example, there are certain breeds that can often have ear infections. You can use some tea tree oil. Tea tree oil is an antiseptic, it's natural, and it clears the gunk out of the ear. So instead of having to go to your vet, you could use some tea tree oil. Like, why not? If we have a cut or a scrape, you put some tea tree oil in it. Yes, it's a very strong smell, but it heals your body naturally. So if you want to use some of that, if you don't want to do it too strong, you may want to dab it, put a couple drops in some water, just mix it a bit, and then use some of that just gently in the ear. It may sting a little bit because obviously it's doing its work. It's cleaning out bacteria, fungus, all kinds of stuff. Even tea tree oil is flea repellent. So you can put a little bit in some shampoo, for example, some dog shampoo. Put a little bit of tea tree oil in it, mix it around a bit, and then wash your dog with it. It will actually help a little bit if they had some skin irritation. It will kind of clean that and help it heal faster. So I've found over the years that tea tree oil is actually a very nice product for the health of us as well as the dog. Now, obviously, if the ear infections happen often, I'm not going to tell you not to see a vet. If you're not sure, under any circumstances, I would always recommend you talk to a vet or at least or visit a vet and have them look it over. I have found with our Cocker Spaniel, for example, we can do a couple drops in the ears, you rub it in, let them all shake it out, and then often the next day or the day after, within 2 days, it's cleared up. Some of the redness of the ears, the inflammation will go away, so that's one of the things you can do. Now, your dog may never have this, which is fine. Obviously, you still want to check over the dog. You just check the eyes a little bit, in the ears, in their mouth. Make sure there's nothing gunky around their teeth. Don't feed them soft food. Commercials on TV may show you that it's the greatest thing under the sun for your dog. But unfortunately, soft dog food gets often gunked up around their teeth, and dogs can't really get all that stuff out like we can. So it gets gunked up, it starts to rot, and over time the teeth will get really bad and have to either be pulled or they fall out and they get agitated, of course, and you don't want to get that to happen. Hard dog food is meant to clean and almost brush their teeth. You don't have to brush the teeth of your dog, but it's better for them, just like us. So we should brush our teeth, so you should brush the teeth of your dog as well. If you have an older dog and you've never done this before, it's often very hard to start because the dog is like, what in the world are you thinking, sticking that thing in my mouth? Don't do that, go away. So maybe your dog is really not impressed with you doing that. But if you start when they're young, when they're a puppy, you get another toothbrush, or you can buy special toothbrushes for dogs, but a regular toothbrush should just do it. And just don't use toothpaste, by the way. Just use it plain with some water and stuff. Just nothing on it. Just brush their teeth. Just keep it nice and clean. I don't know if there are any typical dog toothpaste out there, but for now, if you're not sure, just use nothing on your toothbrush. Obviously, keep the nose a little clean. If there's something in there, clean their nose a little bit. Look at their skin, just to fold the hair back. If you're not sure if they have fleas, fleas tend to go around their neck. That's why they often scratch there as well. But this is one of the warmer spots around the body. Sometimes around their hips, it's a little bit warmer as well, or under like armpits, elbows type stuff for a dog as well. So kind of fold the skin a little bit through your hand, kind of feel it around. If it feels very bumpy, pull back the hair. You often see that they may have some flea eggs around there, and you may have to get a flea treatment for them. So if you're not sure where to get that, obviously your vet will have this. There are some in certain stores, some department stores, pet stores, they will often have a flea treatment. As common sense as it may seem, get the ones that also kill the flea eggs. I have seen some that kill the fleas, but don't kill the flea eggs. Well, if you kill the fleas, next 2 days later, the flea eggs will hatch and you start all over again. So make sure you get one that is basically giving you a 21 days or a month kind of coverage, where you put it on the skin. It's usually a little tube. You pop the lid, or you pop the seal, and you put a little bit in their neck, sometimes also under back, a little bit under hips, the area at the back, and that usually gives them the right treatment for to kill the fleas. So that's another thing, of course. And yeah, just check around, make sure everything is in the right place, and then obviously you want to cut the nails if it's necessary. I find usually in the summer months you may not always have to cut the nails, because they walk on the sidewalk, and puppies walk on their toes basically, so their nails get naturally filed down on the sidewalk, so you don't often have to cut their nails. But as I showed you, they walk on their toes. Their dew claw, if they have one, which most dogs have, unless they were removed at birth practically, they often have a nail that's not touching the sidewalk. So you often have to cut that one because it starts to get a little sharp. And they often, especially as puppy in the beginning, they like to climb up on you maybe a little bit, and it may be a bit sharp, and you may get some scratches on you, so you want to get a proper nail clipper and cut their nails every now and then. So hopefully that was the whole section about oil changes and puppy maintenance, and that should cover most of it. If you're not sure if something is looking right, you can always, obviously, I recommend you talk to a vet or another professional that can tell you more about your dog. Obviously, I can't give you every possibility in this video, but just a little bit of an external checkup on your dog, of course, is not a bad thing to do every now and then. So we'll see you in the next video.
Thank you.